Folks, welcome into the Crossing Swords First Intermission Report. I'm your host, Ty B, joined by Wake Jockins. The Sabres are trailing 1-0 in this one, thanks to a Sean Couturier shot that I think Carter Hutton should have saved. But that's the name of the game when you have your backup goalie because Linus Ullmark is injured. Jake, it kind of went pretty much on par with how I thought this game was going to go coming into it.
Yeah, sloppy hockey from both teams. No one could hold on to the puck. Spurs didn't have a lot of controlled zone entries or anything like that. But then again, like the Flyers didn't have. There was a lot of dump and chase, a lot of bang in the body. And on that note, like Rasmus Ristolainen, he looks healthy. And like the effects of COVID aren't lingering too long. And, you know, if there's one positive thing to take away from that period of hockey, it's that Rasmus looks like he's close to 100%. So thank God for that, honestly.
No, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to bring up next. That hit there was awesome to see. It looks like he's really, getting right back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
Obviously, you never want to hear about, those effects, and we've seen in certain people they can linger and be long term with someone like Tommy Sweeney. So, I was a bit, nervous and worried, like we might not see him for at least a month, maybe. But it's good to see him out there, and it looks like he's getting his legs right underneath him early, and Dylan Cousins had a great chance there. And that's another thing. The Sabres have had the better of the chances. Just it's kind of the same old, just not finding the back of the net.
Yeah, the Flyers, like, they know who they're playing in net. And you can tell by the way they're playing on offense, right? They're just kind of shooting the puck and hoping that it takes a funny bounce or Carter Hutton just has one of his normal blunders and it goes in. Like, and if I were them, I wouldn't be upset with that kind of, style of play going into this game. Like, that this goalie's awful. He held you to one goal before. You got to pepper him with shots and, hope something goes in. But credit to Okposo, he did get that one nice chance. But, to me, it looked like a lot like when you're playing a pickup basketball game at a family reunion and your little nephew or niece wants to play. And so you let them dribble up to the net really, really slowly, and then they miss, and everyone goes, "Oh, better not next time. It's okay, buddy. You'll get it someday." That's Kyle Okposo. He's the NHL's nephew with a perennially broken arm or something like that.
No, essentially that's it. But we did see Jeff Skinner out there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the Buffalo Sabres tweet? Happy to have these two back on the ice today. Picture of Rasmus Ristolainen and Toby Reeder.
Mm-hmm.
But no Skinner.
No jefe. I don't know. Cross Swords Pod was right. That's a little sus. I mean, Skinner, he wasn't noticeable. He had 3 minutes and 20 seconds of ice time. So, I mean, I would love to say welcome back, Skinner, but I got to see him actually look like he's out there. Get him on the power play right now, especially with Jack out.
What about the YouTube video that the Sabres posted yesterday, where the title was Jeff Skinner's post? Or what was it? A press conference or something? He's like, "I love being a Sabre," and that was what they titled the video. I'm like, "Do you really love being a Sabre? Are you sure about that?" Man. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think I love being a Sabres fan right now with everything going on. It's tough. But we'll see if this team can figure things out here in the second period. They've done that over the past few games. They've figured it out in the second period after getting their feet wet in the first. It's those third periods that have really, really let them down. But yeah, Dwayne, who loves being a Sabre right now? Beats me after all these years of losing. I don't know, but Jake, in this one, who do you think is gonna be the one that breaks through first for the Sabres?
I mean, it's got to be Dylan Cousins, right? I mean, he just looks so good out there. He doesn't look as young as he is. Just physically, he looks like he belongs in the NHL for a rookie in a shortened off season. And for someone who wasn't one of the top picks in the draft, that's something really, really exciting to see. I think he had that chance close to the end of the period. And I think he'll bury one. I really think he will. That Hall, Stahl, Cousins line is the only line we can rely on for consistent production. But on that note, Hall, it can't be Eichel on the power play. He can't. I would like to see maybe take Stahl off the number one power play, get Cousins in there for him, and maybe switch up who's on that far side where Eichel usually is sitting over there, because you need someone who's he just has a little more confidence. And I feel like
Mhm.
Cousins has more confidence going for him than Hall right now.
And I don't know what the hell's going on, but this REO line has the best Corsi for the Sabres so far, and they have more minutes than the supposed first line with Reinhart, Olsen, and Lazar at 5v5. I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
but
he can also
Trev-
pass the puck into three people instead of skating into the offensive zone by himself. So that's got to be Jesus.
Yeah, Trev, who do you think is going to break through for the Sabres here?
Honestly, this might be a hot take, but I really don't care. Rasmus Ristolainen is going to break out. I saw him earlier. What was it, like past the 10-minute mark? He laid someone out and got a nice little shot on goal there. I was hoping that one was going to go in, but, they can't all go in. So Risto's got a nice shot. He's a big body guy coming back from COVID. That was a big scare for him, but I kind of want to see him net one. I had that feeling that if someone's going to score to tie this game up, it's going to be Rasmus Ristolainen.
Yeah, and if you're going to score, make sure you Manscaped before. That's right. Go get the Lawnmower 3.0, one of the best products out there from Manscaped. Manscaped brings you the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. They offer precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped obsesses over their technology developments, whether it's a 7,000 RPM quiet stroke technology, the LED light, or that anti-nick technology. Fully waterproof as well. The list goes on and on. One of the best products I've ever used. Make sure you get over to manscaped.com, use promo code TRAINWRECK, and you'll get yourself 20% off plus free shipping on your order. Again, that's promo code TRAINWRECK for 20% off plus free shipping over at manscaped.com. All right, folks, we need the Sabres to figure it out here going into the second period, down 1-0 against the Philadelphia Flyers, a very tough opponent, especially to come from behind on. Sabres don't usually score first, and when they do, they don't usually win. Is there any reason to have any sort of confidence here heading into the second period, Jake?
We're playing well at 5v5. I mean, we got a penalty out of them, and we're playing well at 5v5. So keep drawing penalties. Hope you can score on the power play. I mean, that's all it is. It sucks that we root for a team that has such a boring system where it's like, okay, don't give up a goal at 5v5. Maybe don't score either, but get some special teams going. Like it's pretty rough. It's like having a football team that can only run the ball. It's like being a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. You wanted Leonard Fournette to break off giant runs, but you know that you can't throw the ball no matter what. So, yeah, it's. I have almost no optimism, but Hutton doesn't look awful, and we look okay 5v5. Fix the power play, and I think we could be. Sorry, go ahead, Trevor.
I said I didn't know that the Jacksonville Jaguars actually had fans, but you learn something.
That's why I said if.
Yeah, if.
Oh, yeah, that's a big if right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. The one thing I guess I'll look at as some solace is almost all of their shots at 5v5 have come right in front of the net. They're able to get right there in front of in the slot, getting right in on Carter Hart. Hopefully you'll be able to get one or two past him here in the second period to put the pressure on, because if you don't, I think the Flyers are just going to continue to clamp it down. Most of those guys have been there for quite some time. You have a bunch of savvy veterans. They're not just going to give you this game back. They're not going to give you those opportunities in the third period like the Sabres do when they're in the lead. So you got to come out early in the second period, and you got to come firing. If not, you're going to find yourselves in a big hole that they're not going to get out of. Trev, you think they're going to get on the board here in the second, or we just
all it takes is one, right? So we saw during the first period, there was a lot of passing going on. 5-on-5 was looking good, but like I said before the show, they got to start shooting. Take shots. One of them's bound to go in. You keep shooting, one of them's going to go in. All it takes is one. Honestly, I can see Philly scoring a goal in the second period, but at the same time, I could also see Buffalo scoring a goal in the second period. So I can see it being 2-1 after two and for Philly.
Yeah, let's hope Bristow tees one up. He's skated a game-high 8:23 so far there in that first period. Really good to see coming off of everything. Hopefully he's able to keep that energy up for the entire game, because that's what the Sabres are going to need to get back into this, bring some energy. But that's going to wrap it up for us here on the Crossing Swords first intermission report. Shout out to Jake and Trevor for joining me yet again. Make sure you follow us over at Cross Swords Pod. throughout for more commentary, and we'll be back again throughout, for another intermission report and for the post game. Only 3 words left. Let's go, Buffalo.